Hi everybody and welcome to a Sunday magical whiskey mystery tour. I'm Phil.
And Deepa.
And today, wow, yesterday's glass, before we even get started, look how much residue is left behind. Can you see in there? There's a lot of something in that glass. Got distracted. Anyway, what are we doing? We are blind tasting our way past, hopefully, 300 whiskies. We've still got these to go, but there aren't that many, only 52 left. Everything that we have tasted has passed through the shelf, and really only the top 20% remain. I think I'm going to reinstate Glentocher's 21 on the shelf, somewhere up here. Our old favourite, pineapple, whatever. And now that we have another bottle, I'm going to reinstate it. So, for the next 12 minutes, we are going to nose and taste bottle number 254, picked by, actually we had a bit of a battle, didn't we? Whisky 101, was it? And Dustin? Anyway, a few of you got last week's. So we're going to find out what we have there. And as part of discovering this whiskey,
Dustin.
Something about it, we're going to also measure the viscosity. So let me get that charged up and started. We compare it to standard 40% vodka. Off we go. Right. Yeah, yesterday's glass. So apart from there being an amazing amount of residue left, slight bit of char and caramel, dark.
Burnt caramel.
Burnt, slightly jam, plummy caramel. Peter, good to bring the Glentochers back. Approved then. Nice. Ixie, you're guessing it's the Edradour? Could be. We haven't even poured yet. I don't think I'm going to use that glass today. Normally I do. Right, let's pour and see what we're going to get. I remember this was a dark one. Now there is still one bourbon in the blinds, but surely, hang on, I mean, can we even get enough light on this to? That is dark, isn't it? How does it look on the normal camera? Because this camera is slightly better color wise. There is a tint to it, isn't there? Don't you think? There's a little bit of a tint to this.
Amber.
It's dark, but there is something
amber.
Amber, yeah. Bubbles. We had a bit of a weird experience with this yesterday. We'll see what happens today. I'm going to take a slightly different approach. Okay, on first sighting, those bubbles are big, aren't they? I'm going straight to 61. Remarkably, it does look quite like bourbon. See the way those bubbles boil off? It's probably not 61, but if we go even down to 56, the bubbles are much more frothy. But remember, we had this confusion recently with the grain whiskey, where the grain whiskey bubbles looked like they were very high, but it was only 52. So that has me on guard slightly. The other thing is when we tasted it yesterday, we didn't think it was 60, did we?
Maybe 48. But then it we went,
But then, yeah, but the effect of the alcohol seemed strong, but the taste didn't. Right, on the nose. Okay, straight into rich plumminess of some kind.
Floral.
Floral?
The apple there maybe lavender.
Oh, that's a very light, sort of delicate. I mean, this isn't ex-bourbon though.
It's not Scottish.
Oh, it's not Scottish. That's brave. It's early. But I mean, this isn't this has got to be sherry or port or wine or something, hasn't it?
But I'm not Satana isn't.
Let me just ask a specific question.
It is sherry.
Is this ex-bourbon?
No, sherry.
Now, doesn't mean to say there can't be ex-bourbon in here, but there's definitely something on top, isn't there?
Yes.
If it's not fully matured. Oh, slightly funky, but funky in a wine type of funk now. On my glass, on this. So there's sort of a sour. Remember we had that with the Burgundy Springbank, a kind of a sour.
Yeah, but that does suffer. I don't not suffer at all.
Not sulfury, that is true, but there's a sourness, like a rich sour.
And remind me of a chicky from near.
Chicky, but that's very sweet sugar and peanuts.
Sugary.
Oh, you mean on the
caramel.
sweet? The sweet points. Now, normally, slightly treacly now, actually.
Yes, but very, very fine, spicy of cinnamon cloves.
Cinnamon
Very
cloves.
subtle. Subtle floral of lavender.
I must admit, I'm not getting anything light floral, but that's just because I'm overwhelmed by the dark stuff.
Very sugary.
Peter, thank you very much. That was 357. Yes, missed it again. It's tradition, isn't it? So 357 is actually 108%. So just high of average. But if it's this high ABV, having that high viscosity is quite unusual. Now, normally we would start with a 50% water pour, but because I was so confused by the ABV yesterday, I want to go in at full strength.
It's affrissement.
In fact, you go. You're more brave. Because I really just want to know if this is like a powerhouse 60% ABV.
It's about 50.
So it does come across as strong?
About 35. It's very sugary, very syrupy. Sorry.
It's quite burnt, bitter sweetness.
Sugary, very sweet, syrupy.
So it is strong. Clearly that is strong today. But it's not. I think when you stick your nose in, I'm not getting 60% vapors though.
Correct. No, I think because of sauce.
Oh. Let me let me go and try water with it now. Bit confused. Now. Oh, I see some Port Novas. That's true. Deepa said not American, so it could be Amrut Port Nova. There's a Deanston 9 Bordeaux, Bobby J. Let's have an early look actually at the spreadsheet. Why not? Because I tend to forget about it. Because there aren't that many in these highs. Right, this Ben Nevis 10, batch 1. That does have some sherry and wine influence. The Amrut Port Nova, obviously. Not the Glenelgin. Sauternes on the Edradour. Then there's the Edradour Sherry. Deanston 9. I think it's one of those that was just called out if we're going by the ABV. So it could, there's a Bunna PX as well, lower ABV. So could it be Deanston with a lot of wine, Bordeaux wine? I've said plummy.
I'm not actually picking up red wine or grapes, more of a PX. It's almost brune.
Quite spicy at the end, which makes me, yeah, it's like sweet treacly kind of flavours at the beginning. And then sort of a bitter char side to that plummy sweetness, and then spicy. Okay, let me go a little stronger. We'll build up to it. What's that like? Okay, 4 minutes.
and add water.
That's better. Dark char. Winey. Now.
More of a PX.
More of
Sherry
PX.
is nice. I put off the after a dessert wine.
Yeah, it's kind of a dessert wine type of thing. The spirit is overpowered by the barrel, though, isn't it? Which is...
I'm getting a burnt finish.
Which is typically something we don't approve of. You know, if it's totally overpowered. I'm trying to work out, could this be Deanston?
No wine, no grapes. I'm not picking up grapes.
No, Deanston. Forget wine. Could there be Deanston
You
underneath
mean
this?
the grassy herbs?
Is there a grassy herb element?
No, I'm not picking up any herbs or grass. If anything, it's diamond onions. Put pots of sauce. Sugar, molasses, prunes.
Caramelized onions and Worcester sauce.
Cinnamon cloves, but they are very integrated, very well made. Very.
Okay, let's do a comparison. Let's do a comparison, see if it helps us. It's pretty strong.
Very peppery, very spicy. Finish.
Better or worse?
I may go for this one because this like I make it so very funny. Finish.
That is Deanston 10-year-old PX. That's 57%.
I thought it was soft.
Oh, it seems soft. There is a kind of grassiness at the end of that I could understand would be Deanston.
I like it.
I think I like this more than the Deanston. This isn't on the shelf anymore.
I'm impressed with all the subtle flavours coming together.
Okay. Better or worse?
I think more lettuce. I think more yellowish.
This is lower ABV, 51.
The beat.
Could be.
Savory smoke. I think I might go for this. It's different. It's diluted water down. I like it, but I go for this today.
So it's softer compared to this.
Yes.
That is a Ben Nevis port cask. Not 100% sure how long it was in the port cask. Oh, time is up. Oh, we're not doing too bad today. Now, I brought this up. 51. I brought this up because it's port. The Deanston is PX. Is this closer to port or PX?
More PX.
I was going to say more port.
Yummy. I'm not sure if I can have it again and again. It's a few sips, it's good enough. It's too sweet.
It is getting a little overwhelming the more that we have it.
It's getting more burnt, more roasted. So
Yeah.
it's making more bitter.
This is 60%. Yeah. Glenfarclas, 105, 22-year-old.
That's all very peppery. So it's the same.
Better or worse?
But I think it's sugary. It's sugar. Enough sugar. I think it's savoury.
This is quite a lot drier, like dried fruit flavours. Quite bitter by comparison. Glenfarclas, 22-year-old. Wow, hot. That's a lot. We've definitely been hitting the alcohol now.
I like both. They're very spicy. I would say similar ABV.
Too strong now. It's building up.
It's not.
Yeah, you feel. Yeah. Everything feels like it's scrunching up. Better or worse? I wouldn't drink either at 60% if that's what they are. This is 60%. I think they taste about the same strength. I actually prefer the slightly more balanced detail of the Glenfarclas.
Well, it's because of the sugar. Yeah, I got it.
Let's have a quick look at the picture.
I think I go for this.
So Scratchy Plums, I call this one. Obviously, a lot of rich stuff going on, but there is a kind of Hessian bag thrown in somewhere. Maybe that's the Deanston, because Deanston is grassy. I'm trying to taste it with a bit of water to try and get it at its best for me. I think
it's very nice. Really incredible other flavour or subtle flavour. No bitter flavour.
It's not going to be Glendronach 48%, is it? Could it be Edradour Sherry? I remember liking that when we did it in that blind lineup. I haven't had it since.
But
with
Springbank. Edradour, you put the sturdy flavours.
Yeah, this is pretty clean, isn't it? Do you want it?
No.
Okay. Ben Nevis 10. Deanston 20 Olorosa.
No.
Okay. McAllen?
Mary.
48%. Amrut Port Nova, not the official box.
For me, very surprised. I'm not really big about the PX.
Bunna PX, but it's only 54%.
Oh, that's very old, but I bought PX. But very old, 54. 54.
And this is the Deanston 58.7 Bordeaux red wine. What's Port Nova? It's 62. I think it's the Deanston. I think it's Deanston clobbered with wine. What do you want to pick?
Both, but really about PX, but ABV is more correct.
You did say that it wasn't American. I mean, sorry, it wasn't Scottish. Do you think it's bourbon?
No, it's more of a climate.
Hot climate.
Yeah, the alcohol thing.
All right, we're going Amrut. Last taste. Last taste before we go.
Yeah, but you put other stuff.
Well,
I put not bad for myself.
No.
But if I'm having a dessert after whiskey, then I put on my having.
for us, it's a good way. It's a good whiskey for demonstrating the extreme range from like a old gentle ex-bourbon to a I presume it's young, right? A young, full-powered cask influence whiskey. I'm just looking, and Lagavulin Distiller's Edition is last on our shelf now, and I would rather have that. No, it's only 43%.
Okay, but I have to say, I feel comfortable drinking it. I have no complaint.
Are you?
No, it will be in the area, of course, but it's comfortable, it's easy to drink.
It's easy to drink at potentially 60%. I did think.
Yeah, it's easy, really, if you at 60%.
I did think, is it possible we are being led by Macallan bubbles?
I mean, but it will be so easy to drink.
Right, over to the chat. Let's see what everyone else is thinking. Right, what are people saying? For me, it's agricultural livestock barnyard funk with Edradour. Yeah, we weren't getting that, Tim.
Oh, you were getting beaten above Bobbyson.
Where? Let's see. Any more guesses? Peter, a completely different question. What is your meaning of the colours in your pictures you draw? Today purple, dark red, yellow. Why those colours? Let's talk picture for a minute. Is it synesthesia? No, this is really quite representative of the dark fruit flavours. I mean, it was a colour wheel originally, but now I've just ended up painting things in the middle. But there is some sort of vanilla base underneath with heavy fruit flavours on top. And then the scratchy details are kind of pepperiness, or could be grassiness if it's Deanston. But there's some harsh edges in there as well. So typically I just paint the colours that represent the depth of the flavour. An ex-bourbon would be very light yellow. So you can think of it primarily like the colours of whiskey.
The way I've said that, a bourbon is more a sherry, a yellow is more an ex-bourbon.
Yeah. Yeah. But sometimes I just taste purple things and green things. So it's purely just an expression of how I feel.
Very, very bourbon. But this one.
Yeah, Longrow 18. A lot of purple in there. Are you ready for the reveal? You're on Amroot. I'm on Deanston.
What's you going for this? And I some that wine.
I think it could be Deanston underneath a heavy wine.
Fair enough.
Donapass had a sample of Bunnahabhain 14PX from them. Oh yeah. Yes, it's that one. Best Bunna I've had. Maybe it's not that one then, Tim. Bill, I can always tell a port cask in my own amateurish way. Well, give us some tips then. The Port Nova is not full port. It's ex-bourbon cask. Finished in port pipe. So Deepa might be right. Yeah, I think it might actually be triple, isn't it? I think it might be virgin oak or fresh American oak barrels, then port, and then it goes back into bourbon again, I think. Like their intermediate sherry. The Deanston is excellent for me. Just the right amount of spice on the finish, Bobby J. Which Deanston are you having? Right. Are you ready for the reveal? ABV. It's got to be something big. Oh, something big. ABV is...
Very difficult. Oh.
Okay. 60 even I've written. That's a summary.
What's ABV?
62. So I don't think it's that. It's 10 years old. Hold on. It was only $75.
Is that probably?
So not this. Hang on. 10 years old. Could be the Edradour. At $75, that is a good value. It is a Highland.
Ben Nevis.
No, it's the Edradour.
Oh, I see. But it's clean. I'm not picking up any of the dirty.
It is.
Can I try another Edradour for dirty flavor?
Yes. Do you have one?
Yeah, give me.
Where is it? We don't have one.
No.
Hang on. So this is a Signatory Edradour, 59.6%. Now, this was a sharing sample, obviously. I guess we better bomb ourselves out. Matt. This is a sharing bottle from Matt. And let's see. Where's my labels? Let's see if we get some more details. You find it in there while I read this out. Edradour 10 Sherry Signatory, 59.6%. That works out at $5 per year at 40% ABV. Now, we got this back in December 2019. No idea if it would still be $75 today. Probably more like $175, isn't it? I remember liking this one the best in the lineup when we were comparing the heavily sherried Springbank local barley.
Oh, yes.
And we had Deanston in there. We had this one.
These were suffering 20 years.
Yeah, we had the Deanston
we
20.
Had this one for 20 years. And it was good fun. I remember you liked it very much.
So it was a cheat. Obviously, it didn't help me recognize this one. We had 2 others, which I don't really remember what they were. Anyway, from that video.
From Kilcarran, the awful one.
Oh yeah, the awful one. The Kilcarran 8 original Oloroso.
That's the first.
That everyone loves except for us and Dustin. Cheers, Dustin. Now, I remember liking this one the best out of that lineup. I'm going to go a little water.
Very integrated, very balanced, easy to drink. Very sorry, very big.
Now, I did say a wine funkiness, but we weren't picking up anything very dirty. I remember in the lineup, though, it wasn't dirty.
No, but not.
Compared to the Deanston 20, it was clean.
It is good.
I mean, if you like the heavy sherried whiskies,
it's good. It was a good value for money.
And you found this anywhere near $100, that would be an absolute recommendation. Okay, now we know it is sherry. I want to have another go in the Glenfarclas, just to compare. Glenfarclas typically use more refill casks. This has got to be first fill, hasn't it? I don't think that's the right picture, is it? Based on the colour that we have. That's better. Well, for me it is.
It's more grassy.
Yeah, it's much more herbal, grassy, where the sherry is part of the picture. It's not the overriding picture.
That feels more Scottish. It feels more Indian.
Now, we paid $188 for that. So this is $100 more. But it's also not on the shelf, which means this isn't getting on the shelf either. How sad. Well, you Edradour Sherry Bomb fans. Do we have anything that would class as a Sherry Bomb on the shelf now? Well, the Balblair 90, pretty heavily sherried. Highland Park, Dark Origins.
Did we try some?
What's the ABV? It's only 47%. There's just no point. There'll be nothing left of it after those. Over to the chat. Who got it? Gerben. Yes, you do like the Edradours, don't you? Although I must admit, following your chat in the Discord for Scotch for Dummies, there's very rare whiskies that you say you don't like. And that's the same for most of us, isn't it? The original KK8 grew on me, Nick Keane. I wasn't a fan of the neck pour, but by the dregs I thought it was lovely. We've returned to it several times. You know what? You've made me think that we might actually have it here. Kilcarran 8 Oloroso, 57%. There's a little bit left.
I found my sherry.
This is the original one, the horrible one, according to us.
Oh, but you don't get out of it.
Yeah, Nick said he liked it. No, people drink all of that. I like the start. I quite like the middle. Ugh, I hate the finish. It's like chewing some old sticks coated in spent coffee grains.
It's not good at all. It's awful, actually.
There you go.
And I don't like it.
Deep us back to awful.
It is very good. It is
and again?
Strappy, swiggery, beautiful. Wow. I'm impressed with this.
Yeah, I'll take the Edradour. By the way, this represents the Ex-Bourbon Kilcarran 8, not the little sherry sample that was inside. It's just there. Next time a Kilcarran shows up. That's it. Just whatever bits we can pull together from the shaky bottle, etc. Okay. Oh, you have the Ibisco version, Gerben. Fine, yes. Well, I'm not quite sure what version this is. Obviously, this picture, which I printed out, doesn't look dark enough for what we have. So, we want freedom. Still have a few Edradour single cask sherry bottles, both aged 11 years. The price has gone up a lot since I bought them. Does anyone know what current prices are? We want freedom. Maybe you know. Let us know. I really enjoyed the 8-year Kilkerran from a bourbon cask. Yes, Luna. Not so much the sherried ones. You can join.
I've like that one.
You can join us and Jimmy Leg, right? Have you tried any Bourbon? No. Ooh, you're asking Bourbon, but
that's a good one.
Bourbon Edradours, no. I don't know what those are like. The 12-year-old cask strength is black as cola. Ah, yes, another one. Bobby J, so glad I poured the Deanston Bordeaux today. No backups. It's discontinued. So we'll enjoy it until it's gone. Yes, well, we shared quite a bit of this. No, it's still in the blind, Deepa. The colour, yeah, it's quite a bit ruby redder, isn't it? We want freedom. I never got to try the Kilkerran 8 original, but I tried the more recent one, and it was great. Oh, the one with a bit less sherry, maybe. I also had a sample of the 15-year-old Oloroso single cask. Nice. By the way, did anyone get it? Someone got it. You know what to do next, hopefully. Whoever got it first, top shelf, bottom shelf, front row, back row, tell us a bottle to pick and we'll pull something out. Transar, that's hilarious. A single bottle independent of Edradour from the Edradour distillery who owns Signatory.
Oh,
that's right.
Oh, wow.
I forgot about that little kind of loop. Signatory and Edradour are owned by each other, kind of. So there again, you can have a Springbank in a bottle from Cadenheads.
Yes, that's true.
And they're both
by the same owner.
Owned by the same, I guess that, whatever. Michael Wood, Loch Lomond 12, sadly my last pour. It's very good. Oh, empty bottle. Well, glad you enjoyed it. Was thinking about getting the Glenfarclas 105. Ah, Bobby J.
But
well,
not bad.
We have the 22-year version.
Not worth the price.
If you really want a sample, it's now on the sharing list.
No, I give it to you.
The sharing list is has been updated. You can get a link in the description. Bourbon. Looking at the colour, it really looked like an Edradour sherry. That's true.
The colour.
Yeah. I'm looking to see if anyone got it. Maybe no one got it because our notes were rubbish as usual. Anyone? Take Bourbon. Okay. Take the bottle in the middle of the top shelf.
In the middle of the top shelf.
Oh, we want freedom. You can't even find any available to buy. So yeah, who knows what
you
that
need
price...
this one.
Yeah. So who knows what the price might be. Get that Deanston Bordeaux on the shelf. Sandy, we haven't tried it yet. We haven't tried it. Peathead. Oh, you just poured the 57.1 Kilkerran 8 as well. Still like it. Heavily sherried, but hardly any repelling sulphury notes. True. I didn't get any sherry on it. That one. The thing for me is I don't drink coffee, and it's a very coffee dark, bitter finish for me, and that just reminds me that I don't like coffee.
I thought it's a bit awkward. It's not fully integrated.
Right. Bourbon. Bottle number 255. Did you get it right, Bourbon? Anyone who got close, congratulations, Bourbon. Is it time for bourbon? Here we go.
I said that it's a bourbon. I also said that it is not Scottish. And it is Scottish.
Yes.
I space that.
Very Scottish. Pitlockery. Here we go. What are we going to get for Thursday? Light or dark? Light-ish. Bubbles disappeared fast, suggesting maybe lighter ABV or extremely strong.
It's not that strong.
Maybe we're back in the 46 world. It's going to taste like water after today's.
Nice. It's refreshing.
Refreshing after the 60% heavy one. It's got to taste light after today.
Yeah.
But you seem to have a genuine enjoyment face.
There was no complaint.
I feel a little bit like we've moved back into the middle after being...
Yeah, because it's so heavy, so sugary. They sort of summer. They feel the more at the window.
Oh.
They feel at the window and it's a summer drink.
This is much more... Okay, calm down, kids. Let me tell you a story. That's what we've got for next week.
But it's a story.
I don't know. It's very good. Well done, Gerben. Good choice.
And let me try it again.
I think kind of a short one today. That's good. No chaos. No chaos edition today. Now, often we change our mind after this first taste when we do our homework, but I want another taste. Nope. Just facial expression is enough. Right. Oh, did I write the wrong number? No, 255. Yeah, 254. We'll find out on Thursday. 254. Jimmy Jazz. Okay. Peathead, and as I'm a coffee lover, prefer ristretto and espresso. There you go. Well done, Gerben. Well done again, Gerben from Bobby J. It's so fun to have your name on a mystery bottle. Yeah, and such a good one. Let's see, what else?
How bit are you?
After so many wrong guesses, Gerben, so you can join our team. Whiskey and Wine Trails. The Many Faces of Deepa should be a video compilation. That's true.
But it's a sign language.
Yeah. Sign language or... Yeah, facial expression is very important as part of sign language. Anyone who doesn't know, Deepa is deaf. If you hadn't worked it out by now. Bobby J, just going to say, I love Scotch. The Brookladdie and the Deanson, just so different. Great. Well, Bobby's been suffering from COVID nose and palate since December. So it's Bobby. So it's 6 months. Hopefully the recovery is almost back to normal. Bob, I know you were saying it's still... You're saving your best samples until you feel you're fully there. First guess. Oh, Peter, you're already guessing. And I'm 24. Okay, you can guess now, but it doesn't count until the start of the show. Luna. Oh yeah, Scotland can be dreary. Much more dreary than lying in bed with a cold. That should be an interesting bottle, Bobby.
I must say it in California.
Yes, well, California is unique in its own way. Yeah, there might be nothing left to taste. That's why I have to lock it up, and then we put it away. We don't taste it until, Wednesday homework time.
Oh, wow.
Do it live without homework. We tried that originally, Greg, and then it just turns into 20 minutes of rambling. It really is better if we do some homework. Plus, I've got to bring the bottles up that we think it could be. It is live. We obviously don't know what it is. But it is better if at least we have our thoughts together.
But I kept live, but I noticed it was much different last week.
Yes, but from my point of view, even just the idea of structuring the show and moving along, because I'm thinking quite a lot about...
I had to pick up stuff from the garage.
Because I'm thinking quite a lot about the moving parts of the show, it's helpful if I've already got my thoughts in place. So I can present my thoughts more than having to invent them on the spot and look after everything.
Fair enough.
Deepa doesn't care.
That's a Toyoka.
For Deepa, it's just 2 chances to drink the whiskey the day before. And well, also we have that thing where sometimes we try it in the homework and we think one thing and we're either excited or disappointed, and we come back the next day and then we have a second taste, and we're like, oh, okay, this is more smoky, less smoky, stronger, weaker, something different from the day before, or it doesn't live up to our expectations. So I
have to say, the day before, it's 24 hours. The day is just all a bit different.
Also, I've got to do my picture. For the next 12 minutes. That's right. It's only 42.
12 minutes.
Yes. Oh, people chatting. Okay, next week's must be good. Cannot wait. Rennie. Oh, Rennie, that looks like a new name. Rennie Eric Olsen. Welcome aboard if I haven't seen you before. Bobby J. That's so tough. Hope you can get back to 100%. Yes. Come on, Bobby.
It's tough.
All best wishes to Bobby's palate powers. Hopefully. Luna Aaron, did Deepa just say that she didn't do her homework? My.
Yeah, that was a new point.
Because she was out with friends. Whiskey 101. Without homework, better or worse, would probably involve going along a whole top shelf each time. Can you imagine the pizza?
There'll be a pizza at the freezer.
It's the same pizza still in the freezer. Donna Pass, Deepa's palate is great, and her way of relating it to food and cooking is excellent. Thanks, Tim.
I love cooking.
Right. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I have to say, for a sherry bomb,
it's good.
We liked it.
I like it.
We liked it enough to make it close, but not quite on the shelf. Next week, do you want to try it again?
But
next week's?
But
you're not allowed to try next week's.
No,
no, you're not, because there won't be any left.
Fair enough.
You can try Edradour. Thanks everyone for watching. We will see you on Thursday for 2:55.
It's good. It's beautiful. It's very nice. It's very calmly integrated.
I got my finger on the out button.
Okay. Bye. Oh, we've got.
Oh, hang on.